Welcome back to our channel where we provide updates and undisclosed narratives on Catherine, Princess of Wales and her royal family. We provide you with the exciting news, King Charles heartbroken. After Prince William's bold statement about Harry and Meghan's future, the hardline stance that Prince William takes on Harry and Meghan is said to be fueling the royal rift and sparking fears of a succession crisis, according to a person with authority inside the royal family. A cold war is raging in the halls of the House of Windsor, which are revered at the same time as they are becoming more split. This conflict is not characterized by armies, but rather by family allegiances and the merciless memory of public betrayal. The Prince of Wales. Prince William is at the center of this battle. According to reports, the once unbreakable closeness that he had with his younger brother Prince Harry has apparently crumbled into an icy resolve. There will be no forgiveness for Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle, according to sources close to the heir to the throne. This comes after a series of public attacks and what are described as sick slurs against the royal family, and most specifically his wife Catherine, the Princess of Wales. William's position is unequivocal according to these sources. Prince William is insisting on a much more severe course of action, which includes the complete and permanent exile of the Sussexes, including the stripping of all remaining royal titles from Harry, Meghan, and their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. This intractable stance has reportedly placed the future king on a collision course with his father, King Charles III. While the monarch, who is currently navigating his own health battle with cancer, is said to favor a path of reconciliation, Prince William is insisting on this course of action. This fundamental difference over how to address the Sussex problem is not only a familial dispute, rather it symbolizes a deep ideological confrontation over the subject of the future security and the very image of the British monarchy. They portray a picture of a Prince of Wales who has been altered by what he considers to be a premeditated attempt to destroy the institution that he is supposed to lead. The severity of this brotherly chasm has been made plain by royal critics who have a lot of connections. A prominent broadcaster and royal insider named Piers Morgan, who is well known for his personal acquaintance with Queen Camilla, has provided a scathing analysis of the issue, reinforcing the popular assumption that the damage is permanent. According to Morgan, "I do not believe that William will ever forgive him," she asserted clearly. "And I'm not quite certain that I would. In the event that one of my brothers were to do such to me, I have just heard that William will never live up to his promise." According to this opinion, which has been shared by a chorus of royal observers, it seems that William's determination will not be broken regardless of the amount of pressure that is placed. The Prince of Wales is no longer functioning as just an elder brother. Rather, he is now acting as a protector of the crown, and he is resolute in his efforts to cauterize a wound that he feels poses a danger to the long-term health of the monarchy itself. It is because of this incident that Prince William finds the road to forgiveness not just difficult, but completely blocked off. An enumeration of public betrayals that led to the formation of the contempt. One must follow the trail of public comments made by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex after their sudden departure from royal responsibilities in the year 2020 in order to comprehend the unshakable stance that Prince William has taken. When it comes to William, the complaints are not single, but rather cumulative. They are a never-ending stream of charges that have been played out on a major international stage. The damage caused by the seismic interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021 continues to be the core wound. The charges made by the Sussexes, which were televised to an audience of tens of millions of people, included the shocking assertion that there were conversations within the family about the possible racial color of their newborn son Archie at the time. A lasting mark was left by the first allegation, despite the fact that they subsequently explained via Tom Bradby that they were referring to unconscious bias rather than overt racism. The allegation ended up being disastrous for a monarchy that was working hard to lead a contemporary and multicultural commonwealth. The backtracking was absolutely horseshit. We all watched that Oprah interview Piers Morgan pointed out with the trademark bluntness that he is known for. In the immediate aftermath of the event, Prince William famously responded to a journalist's query with the brusque reply, "We are very much not a racist family." The claim was both a personal and institutional humiliation for Prince William. Not only that, but the interview with Oprah also included a profoundly personal dig directed at his wife. The original allegations in the tabloids that Meghan Markle had caused the then Duchess of Cambridge to weep were immediately contradicted by her recounting a tale about a quarrel about bridesmaid outfits that left her in tears. The Princess of Wales was brought into the center of the drama as a result of this public recasting of events, which William saw as a serious violation of Catherine's right to privacy and a malicious effort to recast her as an adversary. This is a vital point of no return, according to the prominent YouTube commentator According to Taz, who is a professional analyst for the royal family. "The attacks on Catherine have been irreparable," she said. "I cannot forgive them." He assisted in the disclosure of text messages between Catherine and Meghan in an effort to smear her in order to demonstrate a point. That is to say, I would never forgive him in any way. It was not the end of the strikes just yet. The battle lines were further cemented as a result of the series Harry and Meghan, which was produced by Netflix and cost several $1 million. In the eyes of the palace, the series was a self-serving narrative that depicted the couple as victims of a heartless institution and a voracious press pack. Other members of the family were tacitly involved in this portrayal of the pair. The use of archive video, which included a clip of the late Queen Elizabeth II's Commonwealth Address, that had been manipulated to emphasize their narrative of a collapsing Empire 2.0, was seen as a blatant effort to discredit the significant contributions that the Queen had made during her lifetime. After that, Prince Harry's autobiography titled Spare was published. Any lingering pretense of royal seclusion was obliterated by the book, which included a treasure mine of personal insights that were often unflattering. Harry described a violent incident that he had with William, in which he claimed that his brother knocked him to the ground as they were arguing over Meghan during the disagreement. In his portrayal of Queen Camilla, he portrayed her as a villain who had engaged in a long game in order to marry his father. He did this by leaking things to the press in order to recover her own image. He went so far as to reveal profoundly intimate and embarrassing experiences, such as the day he lost his virginity and the time his penis became frostbitten. The publishing of Spare was the ultimate act of betrayal for the Prince of Wales, who is known for his highly private nature. It included selling out family secrets for the sake of gaining financial advantage. It is not simply a brotherly tie that he has violated, it is a royal bond. He has betrayed every possible way that I believe it is possible to betray another human being. Taz asserted, describing the feeling of violation that is felt inside royal circles. In order to get money, they humiliated the whole family in front of the television. He watched as his grandpa slowly passed away. He saw the shattered heart of his grandma as she continued to deteriorate and become more fragile. Everyone was aware that she had bone cancer. The feud between Charles and William, known as Father versus Future King, both the king and his successor, have taken quite different methods, which has made the present impasse even more difficult to resolve. It has been said that King Charles III, who is now facing his own death as a result of a recent cancer diagnosis, is examining the feud within the family from the perspective of a parent who is seeking peace. It was a parental gesture at a time of crisis that he met with Prince Harry in London for a short period of 40 minutes after the news of his sickness. This encounter was considered as an olive branch. It has been suggested by several sources that Prince William considers this emotion to be a strategic weakness. According to him, the fact that his father has a propensity to think with his heart rather than his head, which is a characteristic that Prince Philip is believed to have observed, is a disadvantage when interacting with the Sussexes. According to William's point of view, each and every concession and olive branch has been welcomed not with thanks, but rather with further demands and condemnation from the general public. The pattern of behavior that he observes is one that cannot be appeased, but can only be controlled. This disagreement is especially pronounced when it comes to the matter of royal titles. It is believed that William is convinced that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, along with their children, should be stripped of their titles in order to prevent them from further profiting from their royal ties and inflicting harm on their reputation. The contention is that regardless of whether or not they are employed, as long as they continue to maintain these titles, they are seen to be official representatives of the monarchy by the rest of the world, notably in the United States. As long as they continue to hold those titles, it appears as though they are still a part of the working royal family, Taz stated, despite the fact that it is sad that is the way that it seems. King Charles, on the other hand, is very hesitant to take such a severe and punishing action against his own son and grandchildren. This would be an action that would have major historical significance and might be regarded as harsh, which could have a negative impact on the monarchy. However, the danger of William remaining inactive is far higher. He considers the Sussexes to be a chronic danger, a time bomb that is certain to explode in the form of future scandals and revelations. Taz made a statement by saying, "I think Prince William is seeing it with a clearer head," making a connection with William's grandfather, who was known for his pragmatic approach. "I believe that he is carrying his grandpa's head on his shoulder. I am appreciative of the fact that Prince William is presenting himself in the same manner that his grandfather did. It is very evident that the royal family needs greater use of the iron fist in order to discipline these errant cousins who are determined to cause issues." A cautionary tale for the crown, specifically the Andrew analogy to be, specifically. It is possible to use the continuing drama surrounding Prince Andrew, Duke of York, as a powerful and real-time case study to illustrate Prince William's uncompromising stance. The argument that is being advanced in circles that are in favor of William is that the palace's failure to deal with the Andrew situation in a decisive and permanent manner many years ago has resulted in a crisis that has been building up and continues to explode, and that the same error must not be repeated with Harry and Meghan. As a result of his terrible involvement with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew has been deprived of his official responsibilities and military affiliations. This continues to be a cause of tremendous humiliation for the crown. Recent allegations, like those from the publication Shooter Scoop, assert that Andrew continues to insist on being addressed as Your Royal Highness by staff members inside the walls of his Royal Lodge house, despite the fact that he is a public pariah. According to the assertions of an insider, nothing has changed inside Royal Lodge. Andrew has made it abundantly clear that the rules of the palace do not apply within his walls. This feeling of entitlement, this notion that his birthright is something that the Queen cannot take away, is regarded as a clear parallel to the behavior of the Sussexes. You simply get the impression that Andrew is the same kind of arrogant and entitled kind of person, and you can see it with Harry. As Taz pointed out, you can see it with Meghan. Commentators such as Dan Wooten and Taz contend that Harry and Meghan are in fact a more significant danger in the long run. The statement was made by Taz in a post on social media. "No, Andrew and Fergie have just a couple of decades on them," Taz said. "Harry and Meghan are just as gluttonous and selfish as anybody else, and they both refuse to take advice or listen to anyone. They are both willing to accept freebies from anyone who gives them. In the same way, they are a significant contributor to the issue." On the other hand, this viewpoint completely contradicts the narrative that has been propagated by some individuals, such as Rebecca Reed, a writer for the newspaper, who argues that the Sussexes are literal angels in comparison to Andrew, and that the British public owes them an apology. It was Wooten and his guests that laughed at this notion, which was regarded with ridicule. Taz responded by saying, "They are angels from hell." Despite the fact that Andrew's issue has been controlled, the argument is that the brand of the Sussexes is founded on a continual criticism of the same institution that they are associated with. It is believed that their affiliation with questionable characters and their acceptance of extravagant gifts, which include anything from flights on private aircraft owned by wanted fugitives to stays in homes owned by Russian oligarchs, are part of a pattern of bad judgment that will eventually lead to future catastrophes. If the monarchy does not take action soon to handle the problem with Harry and Meghan, they will find themselves in an even more dire scenario in the future. According to an article on the Royal News Network, Andrew has shown that. Apparently, this is the most important part of William's approach. In his opinion, there is a single definitive measure that is required, and that is a legislative procedure that will remove the titles from all of the royals who are not working and who are considered to be high risk. In addition to Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lily, Andrew, Beatrice, and Eugenie are also present. This extreme viewpoint was summed up by Wooten's declaration, which was, "Strip them all. Deal with it, I say. These people are not working royals. It is a significant danger to their reputation." The hypocrisy of the woke and the rotating staff of the organization. A substantial chunk of the anger originates from what opponents characterize as the Sussexes' gross hypocrisy and Meghan's alleged personal behavior. This is in addition to the broad constitutional problems that have been raised for consideration. When Piers Morgan referred to the pair as the epitome of the worst aspects of wokeism, he expressed this emotion well. Morgan made a list of the problems which included the virtue, signaling the victimhood, the always blaming other people, and the rank hypocrisy. According to me, jumping on private jets and preaching about the environment, preaching about poverty on their Twitter account, and then having a baby shower that cost $500,000. There's sort of an underpinning of hypocrisy, double standards, virtue signaling, victimhood, and all of these things that I despise about the woke mentality. This notion is further exacerbated by the fact that Meghan's unpleasant behavior with staff members has been reported often. The claims of bullying that resulted in an investigation being conducted at Buckingham Palace, the findings of which were never made public, continue to be a source of discomfort for her reputation. One piece of evidence that demonstrates the chaotic and demanding nature of the work environment is the recent resignation of her 10th public relations head in only 5 years. Taz said that Meghan terrorizes her staff to the point where it's a revolving door, and that this is the case. Angela Levin, a commentator, has previously mentioned on Wooten's program that the stated numbers of worker departures are likely significantly lower than the truth. This is due to the fact that the published statistics often only include top executive personnel, and they do not include domestic staff, such as cleaners and housekeepers. The official charges are given further weight by anecdotal evidence such as the story of a florist who said that Meghan yelled at her so persistently over the phone that she refused to ever deal with her again. This story of bullying and excessive staff turnover is another point of striking contrast that is especially devastating for the Prince and Princess of Wales, who have worked hard to build a reputation for professionalism and a pleasant working relationship with their own staff. The most recent instance of Meghan's public appearance at a book event when she delivered a speech on how to be an excellent hostess was received with much ridicule. Her recommendation to keep a pot of spiced cider cooking on the stove so that visitors may help themselves and feel like they are a member of a community was seen as being terribly hypocritical and out of touch with reality. Whenever I walk around someone's home and they respond, "Oh yeah, it is one of my favorite things to do. Something is now cooking on the stove," Taz responded with a tremendous amount of sarcasm. "Help yourself." To tell you the truth, she is the most uninteresting person. Not only does it make you cringe, how is it possible for anybody to take her seriously when she is merely vacillating? This combination of what some people see to be hypocrisy, what others consider to be the maltreatment of servants, and what other people consider to be cringeworthy public appearances only serves to strengthen the determination of those individuals such as Prince William who feel that the Sussexes are fundamentally incompatible with the principles of the monarchy. William's vision for a protected monarchy is similar to that of a reign in waiting. The position that Prince William has taken is not the result of mere feelings of brotherly resentment. Rather, it is the result of a strategic plan for his future rule. During the time that he is seeing his father and wife fight illness, the fragility of the institution as well as the need for stability have been brought into sharp light. It has been said that he is resolute in his intention to accede to the throne with a clean slate, free from the scandals and dramas that have marred the closing years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the beginning of his father's reign. The protection of the integrity of the crown, the protection of his wife from additional stress and public attack, and the protection of his own children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, from the possibility of a rebellious royal faction causing problems for their generation are the three things that are most important to him. Taz projected that he would not want Harry and Meghan to be able to exert any kind of pressure on his children or create issues for them. He would not want them to be able to do any of those things. He is aware that Harry and Meghan are going to continue to be a source of long-term problems for the monarchy, said the individual. This protective instinct is the motivating factor behind his quest for a solution that is both lasting and definite. Temporary ceasefires and shaky peace accords are not something that he is interested in. He is attempting to eliminate what he considers to be a cancerous presence from the body of the monarchy via the use of surgical procedures. At the burial of their mother, the Prince of Wales stood shoulder to shoulder with his brother. However, the Prince of Wales has been replaced by a future king who views his brother as a clear and present threat to all that he has pledged to safeguard. Because of this, the rivalry between the two brothers has gone beyond the level of personal hostility. This conflict has evolved into a decisive conflict for the very essence of the contemporary monarchy. On the one hand, King Charles the Father is wishing for peace within the family structure. Prince William the heir is on the opposite side and he is insisting that the institution be protected. With the king continuing his treatment, and William stepping up to take on greater responsibilities, it is the iron will of the heir which was forged in the fire of public betrayal that looks to be more likely to dictate the destiny of the House of Windsor. The gates to the kingdom as well as the gates to a brother's forgiveness look to be eternally blocked and shut for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts and goodbye for now.